Events that hold a special place in our memories, things that can make us panic and places that can calm us down. Finally, some stories right off the streets of Warwick, up and coming from this episode of In the Valley. Welcome to In the Valley. I'm your host, Erin Delamota, and we're back at it again to talk about some of the great news that has been going on in our amazing community. A time of the year that almost every high schooler looks forward to mark the beginning of a new school year. Let's see how Warwick students choose to celebrate this iconic staple of high school.
A high school tradition that all American students participate in to kick off a new school year. But this homecoming has been anticipated for a long time. After the many events following COVID, Warwick is back at it again with the annual homecoming parade, with students having such positive things about the upcoming event.
Homecoming is a really special event that I have cherished and loved since I started doing it my freshman year. It's a really great time, and I've made so many friends being in it and being a part of it. I am one of the head chair people for the homecoming, so I love helping design and create and getting to be a part of this really amazing Warwick tradition that we hold every year.
Homecoming is a really great time where basically we get no sleep because we're here 6 to 9 p.m. every day, but it's a really great time to find new artists in our high school, and we really work together as a team. We all have to compromise on a lot of different things. It's a really great team building week, and it's a really good use of our time. We really love it.
I feel like it's one of the most fun parts of the entire year. All of the events that come with it, helping build the floats, and then the football game, the powder puff, the bonfire, the dance, all of it is just so much to look forward to, and it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it a lot.
You know, it's just a time for the entire school to just come together, and it's a lot of fun. It's also a really nice, friendly competition, and I really like competitions. So yeah, and Spirit Week, amazing. We love it. Just dressing up every day. That's homecoming.
This year, the theme of the floats are seasons, with freshmen having spring, sophomores having winter, juniors with summer, and lastly, seniors with fall. With a bit of friendly competition, students come together to help raise money for the Heroes Association for Women's Veterans. Faculty and community members have also been waiting for this exciting event since 2019.
On a personal level, homecoming means so much to me. I'm a former Warwick graduate who participated in homecoming, and some of my best high school memories were spent here.
From freshmen who are having their first homecoming to seniors that are completing their last one, these students have worked tirelessly to create beautiful floats that will be judged on during the homecoming parade this upcoming Saturday. From WVTV, this is Erin Delamota.
Float building is an annual tradition for any homecoming, with heating rivalry between grades vying for the best looking float, but it's also a good cause by raising money for charities. Homecoming's not the only day when our town comes together. The Hudson Valley is always abuzz with community events daily. This weekly event is open for all of those of the community and tourists from the outside. Everyone loves fresh fruits, vegetables, and handcrafted items. The town of Greenwood Lake has opened a new opportunity for you to take a bite.
For years, Warwick has hosted a farmers market on Sundays from May through November. If you live in Greenwood Lake and are looking for a closer option, you may want to visit the Lakeside Farmers Market at the beautiful waterfront at Greenwood Lake Beach.
Well, there are a number of farmers markets in the region. There's one in Florida, there's one in Warwick. So by exclusion, Greenwood Lake has been omitted from the part of the season right now, September and October, that people usually come to this community in order to find out about produce and orchards and things like that.
The Greenwood Lake Farmers Market has invited over 10 different local businesses to come and provide healthy, natural, handcrafted products and food for consumers to enjoy.
They reached out to us from another farmers market, and this was a new venture to them. They were opening up a new farmers market and asked us to join, so we did. And it's gorgeous.
And sellers seem to appreciate being invited. The Wonderful Market's goal is to hopefully bring people to come visit the local businesses in Greenwood Lake outside of the event's hours.
Well, the Lakeside Market is very good for Greenwood Lake. It helps to bring visitors not only to the lake,
and our beautiful lake that it is, but also into town to see what we have to offer our local community. There's many different businesses and services in town, and the Lakeside Market actually highlights all the businesses that we have.
By having Greenwood Lake offer an opportunity for people to make a stop in this beautiful location that's right by the lake, it gives people more convenient access to the orchards and the produce farms and the crafters that kind of populate the whole area.
Organizing such an event isn't just as simple as putting up a few flyers. A lot of effort goes into the events that bring joy to the community.
Well, Mayor Dwyer has been wanting to do this for a while. This entire region is such a rich region of growers and makers, and we wanted to be able to highlight it. There used to be a farmers market in Greenwood Lake, but there hasn't been for a long time. So we really wanted to highlight the lake, which is such a beautiful setting, so different from any of the other farmers markets. And we wanted to be able to offer a nice market for the community and a place for our farmers and makers to be able to come and sell their beautiful work.
With the success of the market, this will become a longtime staple of Greenwood Lake, uniting the local community and the local growers and makers.
Fall is a perfect time for baking, so maybe taking a fresh approach to this season's meals and treats is the right way to go. The farmers market is a great place to get great food and find hidden treasures within the community, but it's not the only thing Greenwood Lake has to offer. Celebrating holidays is something we all enjoy, carving the turkey at Thanksgiving, decorating the Christmas tree, or any other tradition you celebrate. But would you celebrate if it wasn't even the day of?
It's fall season, and instead of going apple picking or getting ready for Halloween, the town of Greenwood Lake is celebrating halfway to St. Patrick's Day with a parade. But why celebrate St. Patrick's Day during this time of year?
Because that means we only have 6 more months to go until St. Patrick's Day. It's a very happy day of the year for many of us.
So the previous parade that's usually done in Montgomery was canceled due to COVID. So now thankfully the country's opening back up a little bit and we're able to celebrate.
The people of this community have been waiting a long time to be able to celebrate their heritage. How is the community responding to finally being able to celebrate? And why is it so important for them to celebrate?
Everyone should come to this parade, right? Isn't it a great day? It's a beautiful town. The Irish, every other culture. We have to celebrate who we are, and that's why we're doing it here today. We are Irish, but on St. Patrick's Day, it's often said everyone's a little bit Irish. So.
I think it's everybody coming together, and just the music and everything's just amazing. I like it.
If you missed the parade this year, you can always come back in 6 months for the real thing, or just come and visit the town of Greenwood Lake for fun. For WVTV, this is Ariana Cruz.
The energy they have can definitely be seen in every aspect of the parade. And who knows, maybe next year we'll see a halfway to Halloween in case anyone runs low on candy. Coming up after this break, we delve into some harder times. Unfortunately, the holidays can cause shortages in some goods. And while supplies go down, prices go up. But don't lose hope, because there's always something to keep off our mind that bad.
In the heart of Warwick Village, Taco Hombre is sure to never disappoint those looking for a fresh, fast, and friendly dining experience. It all started from a desire to bring the California surf and snowboard vibe and delicious taco stands right here to the town of Warwick. Nothing is better than house-made food assembled right in front of you, assuring that you have full control and knowledge of what you and your family are eating. With options for restricted diets and allergies, you're sure to find something for yourself and everyone you're feeding. With online ordering and pickup, in-person ordering with seating options, and even a broad catering menu, Taco Hombre is a safe, flexible environment where your needs are sure to be met. Here at Taco Hombre, we are the only quick-service Mexican restaurant in town that's perfect for busy families, kids, and teens. Whether you're looking for the perfect bite to eat, a friendly environment, or even to apply for work, Taco Hombre is the place to be.
Welcome back to In the Valley. Americans aren't strangers to rising prices from gas to cars, even houses. But now what's the latest thing that has your wallet crying?
I'm here right outside the Warwick shop, right, where we're going to be asking shoppers about the recent inflation in grocery prices and how it has affected their lifestyle.
I think, the job market's going to have to change. People are going to have to get more increase in wages. I think that's the only way you can really balance the increase of price in terms of, groceries. But, I think overall, like even house prices are increasing. Every time a lease goes up, the rent is increasing. I think that's all across the board here in Warwick.
They already have, yeah. I mean, I'm paying like double the amount I was paying earlier.
Not me, no. Not so much. I could see where it would affect other people, but I don't think I would take that much of a hit.
I guess I'm going to change the brands that I buy and buy cheaper brands.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going to see a bigger increase in price in the produce and in the foods that I'd like to get.
It could, yeah. I might have to make choices as to which types of food I'm getting, might not always be able to get the organic or the natural or the whole foods. Might have to cut out certain things that are becoming too expensive.
Well, we certainly talked to a large variety of people there. The general consensus seems to be that prices are going up, and it certainly is starting to affect some people. We'll see how these trends continue in the near future. For WVTV, I'm Theodore Fernandez.
Well, it looks like gift shopping won't be the only new expense this holiday season, and Thanksgiving may be a whole different beast this year. Here's hoping that soon prices settle back down at our local grocery stores. With all the stress, fear, and negative energy ravaging our lives, it's crucial to find ways to de-stress and ease that burden off our shoulders. But what if all that self-help books and the crystals just aren't cutting it for you? Warwick may have a new solution worth giving a try.
There are many hidden gems within Warwick Valley, ranging from community-owned stores to galleries with art pieces to appreciate. One of these places has been around since the 60s and has many homemade statues, books, and art created by Frederick Frank, the founder of Paceman Terrace. The gallery, currently run by the son of Frederick, Lucas Frank, hosts a large collection of handmade works of art, most created by the founder himself.
My name is Lucas Frank. I'm the president of Paceman Terrace. This is where we are, and my father built this, and when he died, I became president of the organization.
Paceman Terrace started out around the 60s at an old abandoned mill that was turned into Warwick's scrapyard. When Frederick returned from an art session in Rome and saw it, he knew that he could make it to be something much, much more. The gallery is considered trans-denominational, as it's a place where people of any religion or race can come to appreciate the area and its lovely views. And the property doesn't just have sculptures, as Frederick created works of art and books to enjoy as well, so people can enjoy the place no matter what type of art they may like.
So almost everything here, 99.9% of it was created by my father. So he was a multi-dimensional artist. He painted, he drew, he wrote over 30 books. He also sculpted. All the sculptures you see here were his. So yes, he did all of it.
All of the art is unique in its own way and has its own interesting meaning for the guest to figure out. Of them all, there are 3 of them that Lucas himself considers his favorites.
One of my favorites is right there. It's the 7 Generations, which is always just a very moving and meditative piece. It's a physical illustration of the impact of thinking ahead. Another 2 of my favorites are right over there. My parents, my father and my stepmother, are buried right there. And the statue, the sculpture, or the icon of the man with the branch over his head, that's where my father is buried, and my stepmother is buried next to him. So those 2 have deep emotional meaning for me.
Paceman Terrace is yet another jewel in the Warwick Valley community, and is a place meant to be experienced for your own. If you are interested in seeing it for yourself, then please look up Paceman Terrace and enjoy the amazing views that it has.
Paceman Terrace is a lovely place to appreciate original art, and one of the modern art's most interesting traits is that it's up to your interpretation, so it can be something entirely new and different from everyone to enjoy. Coming up after this break, we sent a couple cameras out and got the public's opinions on their possible dreams, some inspirations, and some embarrassing stories.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a unique mix of all kinds of things.
There it is. Keep going with it. Leo!
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
Welcome back to In the Valley. There are certain skills that some people have that make us just stop and admire them. Many of us wish to reach that level, but what would we choose to be skilled in?
Though the Olympics has passed, I'm still trying to figure out what non-Olympians would choose as their Olympic sport. That's what I'm here trying to find out today.
If I had a choice of an Olympic sports, I would choose ice skating. From the time I was a little girl, I always imagined being a Olympic ice skater. The freedom it seems to me that the ice skaters have when they're gliding on the ice is unmatched. So that's why I would choose to be an ice skater.
If I had to choose Olympic sport, I would choose probably swimming. Swimming is because the ocean, the water, relaxes me, calms me down, and it would be a great stress release for me.
Oh, that's a little hard question. Ice skating, because, like I said, I like to do ice skating, and I do roller skating when I was younger. And I feel it's fantastic, you know, like it's on TV a lot of times that, you know, they're dancing together and whatnot. To me, I like it.
The Olympic sport that I would choose is swimming because me and my dad always go swimming, whether it's a lake, a pool, or an ocean.
And so it goes. Personally, I would like to be a gymnast, you know, doing all the tossing and turning and all that stuff, but the choice is yours. From Warwick Valley Television, Jasira Gay reporting.
The Olympics show off the best of the best, and every time we get to watch it, we're either inspired to work harder or just sad that we're not at that level. But nevertheless, it's a fun time watching these athletes consistently push past their limits. Becoming an athlete is a dream that many of us have when we're young, but while some of us may think we're dreaming to be the next Simone Biles, most of us were probably busy making our way through the warped reality of our childhood where everything we heard was fact.
We've all had that one thing that we were so certain was true that ended up being a complete lie, and we've all felt the embarrassment that comes as a result. So today, I'm going around Warwick asking people, what is your one thing?
A while back, my mother told me and my sister that nipples were called chest buttons. She didn't like to use the word nipples, which was very embarrassing because my entire life, I went around telling people, or like any time nipples were brought up, I would say chest buttons, or just any subject, any time that it was there, I'd say chest buttons. And I only learned that a few years back, it's called nipples and not chest buttons.
So when I was little, I thought Spain was in South America, right? Because, like, you know how South America, they've got like the Spanish origins in their culture because of the colonization. Like when I was little, I would see on like TV shows the matadors with their red flags, like fighting the bulls with the like Spanish music in the background. I'm like, this is peak Latino culture right here.
I always thought it was true that TV shows were meant for universal audience, for everyone. But I later on found that there are social norms, societal norms, that some shows are for men and some are for women. When I was fresh off the boat, totally oblivious person in this great United States of America, I was nudged by my wife to watch a great show called Desperate Housewives, which I started to like. And once in law school, we were asked what our favorite shows were. Another student, luckily before me, said Desperate Housewives, and the whole class laughed at him because he was a man. And I was there and then proven with my theory that all shows are not for everyone.
For a really long time, I thought Ben Affleck was the name of the duck from the insurance commercials. And then one day I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw a picture of him and I went, that's not the duck. And so then I realized that he was actually an actor.
After hearing those stories, I'm certainly feeling a lot better about mine. For WVTV, I'm Jaslina Lugg.
I would like to say that most of us grew past our gullible phase when we got to double digits, but I think we all still have moments that make us question our sanity. Despite our embarrassing moments, the best people we stand by are through thick and thin, and it's impossible sometimes to express what an impact some of these people have, and we're lucky enough to know that they have on us.
Inspirations can come in many different forms, and some have special backstories behind them. Today, I'll be asking people who their biggest inspiration is and why.
I'd have to say my biggest inspiration was my father. Just as a little kid, just his actions, his work ethic, things like that. Definitely more so by, his actions. Hardworking, taking care of his family, and I try to do the same for mine. So that would be my biggest inspiration.
My biggest inspiration? That's a great question. I would say probably both my parents. My dad came here from Italy when he was 13 years old and worked really hard and built a great life for us. And my mom did the same thing. She started her own business when I was older and has been very successful. So they've been a great inspiration to me.
I would say my mom and my dad, because my dad helps me a lot with my schoolwork, and he's very smart, and he always helps me a lot, and my mom tries to help us the most, and they both teach us different things, and it's very helpful.
My biggest inspiration would be, I guess, the stars. And I would say the reason why is because they are very creative and artistic, and maybe one day I could be one of them as well.
It seems like everybody has at least one person in their life or that they look up to that they will cherish and love and respect forever. I know that one person for me will always be David Bowie. For WVTV, this is Brooke Holzhauer reporting. Back to you in the studio.
The people who keep us going and try to be our best possible person hold a special place in our hearts, whether they encourage our dreams or let us lean on them in times of needs. Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode of In the Valley. Once again, I'm your host, Erin Delamota, hoping to see you next time.
Sealy & Derlin has been a trusted 4-generation community-based insurance agency since 1934. Located in the heart of downtown Warwick, New York. The moment you walk through the door, our staff greets you with a smile. We value serving our community and give back in many ways. We pride ourselves on learning and understanding the individual wants and needs of our clients. Our staff works as a team, making sure your needs are our top priority. We work for you, not the insurance companies. We are with you through it all. No consulting fees. Our professional counsel comes with the policy. But what separates us from other insurance agencies? We represent dozens of insurance carriers to match the best price and coverage for your specific business and personal needs. No need to waste your time with an automated recording. Our licensed and experienced professionals will make sure you have the right protection in place to protect your assets. But don't take our word for it. Let our many satisfied customers speak for themselves. Choose Sealy & Derlin, your one source for all your business and personal insurance needs.